Hey everybody, what's going on? It's me, Nessa D. I haven't seen y'all in a while. I am fighting through a cold. It's getting much better. I'm able to talk without coughing now. So it's been about 3 days, but I've been working on it profusely. So pardon me if I do cough. I did take some cough medicine. But I wanted to come on and I wanted to acknowledge our mothers on YouTube. I also wanted to acknowledge the women who have stood and are standing in the gap of mothers right now. Many of us who do not have biological children, I am one of them, have been a supporter of mothers for over 30 years in the area of family and children, resources, human resources, Department of Human Services, and all types of different positions in that area, private sector and government sector. Um, with all the drama that has unfolded in the last week between Phi Babe, between Treecey, between several others, but my main focus, one of the main focuses on this video is Phi Babe and Treecey. And I think on both sides, excuse me, there has been some very, very, very hurtful, very hurtful words given to each other, and spiritually hurtful things said as well. And I want to, and I'm not judging anyone saying you're better than her, or she's better than you. It has nothing to do with that because I'm subscribed to both of you ladies. And I appreciate both of you ladies in what you bring to YouTube in different ways. Because I am older than both of you, I feel that at this time I do need to say this as a sister, as a fellow woman, a fellow African American woman. The task of raising children and taking care of children is astronomical, as well, especially when you don't have help. So I see damage on both sides. I see sadness on both sides. I see arrogance on both sides, and confusion on both sides. As a woman who does not have biological children, I have been in the lives of thousands, and I mean thousands, of children over 30 years of service, you know, private and public sector, as an employed and voluntary, as well as personal. Let me say this. It is never okay for a child to go hungry. And even in this day, and even in the United States, we have children starving. I don't believe Phi Babe's child was starved. I believe the child did miss a meal. And it's unfortunate that it happened more than 4 or 5 times. Apparently, there needs to be some sort of adjustment so it doesn't happen. But that's between Phi Babe and the Lord. And I think that Phi Babe has taken care of that so that it won't happen again, or hopefully won't happen again. I genuinely feel she was hurt and upset. And as far as her using that to get views and to get empathy and or money, I don't know, maybe. But even if she did use that to get empathy, money, and views, so, several YouTubers have used situations to get empathy, money, and views. This happened to have her daughter involved with it. I don't believe Phi Babe is exploiting her daughter. I think at the time she wanted to share the situation, and she did. As a woman who has been a foster parent, been a surrogate mother, been a stepmother, I enjoyed being in those positions of helping children and family members, and in my relationships as well, stepping in when the mother was not able to. And that's something I'm very proud of, and I'm very humbled by, and I'm happy to have had those experiences. So No one can take that away from me. No one can take anything away from you that you've done out of the kindness of your heart, that you've done out of knowing that it's the right thing to do. I think and I feel that I think both parties should apologize to each other. I think, arrogance gets in the way. We're very proud women. And I believe that words are very painful. And people are going to remember words on both sides that were said to each other. And just remember this. Not too long ago, women were put in fields to pick cotton, collard greens, and other foods. And their babies were held captive by masses workers to make sure that those ladies stayed in those fields and stayed in those fields and gathered the food and did all the hard work. And many times those children were tied up in trees. Okay? And were threatened to be flung down from those trees if the women did not continue to work or try to run away. So when we talk about things with children, we have to remember there's a historical legacy. There's an historical pathology of abuse in African American culture by the hands of slave masters, by the hands of people who hated anyone that wasn't of European descent, of white European descent. And this also includes Hispanics, Asians, and other ethnic groups that came to this country that were not considered white. So when we say these things, and then women, many of us women that did not have children or were considered not able to have children were abused as well, and were used as basically dumping grounds for men who just need wanted sex. They were worked hard down to the bones. So I'm just giving a few different ideas here and there to let you know how abusive it is to talk about and to say the hateful things that we all say or we have heard other people say to each other. And we're not putting all of this on Fi Babe. I'm not putting all of this on Treecey, because Treecey and Fi Babe are not the only women who have went at each other and degraded each other and talked down to each other. I don't even have to go there. I'm sure you can sit there and think of at least 10 women on the YouTube streets who have done this. Why are we cutting each other down like this? Why are we talking up under each other's skirts? Under each other's pants and dresses? There's just so many things I want to say. I mean, do y'all realize we drive the YouTube streets? Black women drive the YouTube streets when it comes to Black YouTube, when it comes to the YouTube streets as what we call YouTube streets right now. I don't remember who coined it that, but that's what I'm saying. And to have so much monetary power, to have so much influence, intelligence, creativity, and then for us to stoop down and talk about and treat each other the way we do. Roasting and gagging is one thing. Tearing each other up spiritually and mentally is another. So I had to go back in the recesses of my mind. Who have I done this to? Who do I need to call and say, you know what? When we had that argument back in so-and-so, I want to apologize for that. Or when this and this happened. And I'm not trying to even brag, but I can't think of anyone I've tore down the way I've seen the women on YouTube streets tear each other down, to where it's depressing. Nothing is funny on YouTube right now for me. Nothing is funny at all to me. There's nothing to laugh about on the YouTube streets right now. It's all hatefulness, and I like the joking and the gagging and the Josh and even the Carpet on My Walls by Dre Wilson was one side hilarious, the other side was like, why are you doing him like that, Larry? I mean, Jay Wilson. And then Jay Wilson, with his challenges and stuff, is funny. But after we got past that and we got into the legal issues and the lying and anyway, I'm getting off rocker. And I'm just, like I said, I like a lot of people on YouTube. I appreciate a lot of people on YouTube. I'm just seeing it turning into something that could really be, it's painful and hurtful on both sides. I don't want this to go past 11 minutes. So all I want to say is I feel that Treecey and Phi Babe should privately rectify this and move on. We have so much content coming out. I'm excited to see all the new content. I'm taking a little break right now from school, so hopefully I'll be able to bring some more content. And that's all I wanted to say. Happy Mother's Day to our biological mothers and our surrogate mothers that we have every day. All right, bye.